Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another session of Yumi Digital. As usual, hosting the show, Aaron Taraviki from AGC and myself, Jean-Pierre Watt from Next Limited. So, if you guys remembered last week, Monday, we talked about SEA, Search Engine Advertising. And so this afternoon, we will give you more information for you guys about e-commerce and what is e-commerce. So yes, without further ado, let's start. So Aaron, what is e-commerce?
Yes, so thank you, Jean-Pierre. So e-commerce is another form of website that allows you to let your customers pay online, or you have an online shop that people can purchase products through the online platform or online website that you have.
It's a digital shop, huh?
It is a digital shop, so you can sell any of your products through the website.
Okay. And what is the difference between website and e-commerce?
So the difference there is that when you have a website, it only displays your products or your services or like a portfolio.
Yeah.
But people cannot pay through the website because it's not an e-commerce.
They just on the website they just have the information.
So they can just have a view of
business.
what's there,
Yeah.
but they cannot pay you through the website. And e-commerce is also a website,
Yeah.
but it enables people or your customers to have a way to pay your services or your products online. So there's an option that people can pay through an e-commerce, whereas a website it's only for displaying your services or your products.
Okay. So website, e-commerce website is more for give the customers an information on your business. Or
so you can have a lot of information on a website.
Yeah.
Whereas e-commerce you can still have a lot of information, but it's mainly focusing on products or services that you want to sell online.
You show your products and the prices. People can purchase online on this website.
That's more for like e-commerce. Yeah.
Okay. What do I need?
An e-commerce. So why would you need an e-commerce, or why would you? So there are a few things or a few advantages of having an e-commerce. Firstly, is that it's global. As soon as you have your products online, you have a global market.
Okay.
You don't just sell to like a small market, but you're opening up to a bigger market. And I mean by saying that you're opening up to different countries, Australia, New Zealand, America, or wherever, Europe, Africa, Asia.
Anyone can purchase.
Anyone can purchase. So that's one of the big advantages. It's global. Yeah. And another thing about having an e-commerce is that it's there's no, if you have a physical store, like if you have an office, you close. There's opening hours, like you open at 7 a.m.
Closing hours.
But when you have an online shop, your shop is 24/7. That means when you go to bed, you can still make money because people are using your platform to pay. Good. So it is 24/7. That is another advantage.
So you keep on making money even though you're sleeping.
Even when you close your physical shop, your online shop is still open, so anyone can still come and do payment.
That's good.
Another one is for your brand awareness. When you have your e-commerce online, people could actually, because people search for products online, and when you have an e-commerce, you brought in you put out more awareness about your brand or your product or your service through the e-commerce. Another advantage is the higher conversion rate. So that means you actually convert more customers on an e-commerce because you give them the ability to pay online, and many people like that, which
it's much easier
for them. And also we can actually, one of the advantages also for having an e-commerce is that you can personalize the purchase for the customer. For instance, if we have an e-commerce platform, you can monitor the people who are coming into your e-commerce to purchase something or just browsing through. You can tell which product they've purchased before. Like if they've paid something from you before, you can tell, oh, this guy or this person has paid this product for, so you can push a product that this person likes.
Yeah.
And then when they see this product, they're like, oh, I'll pay this again, because you've personalized their likings or the things that they want to purchase on your website. So it's a very, very good tool to have when you have e-commerce. Again, there's another good reason to have an e-commerce is customer convenience, which again, customer doesn't have to come to your shop. The customer stays at home, pays you online, and then you can organize like a way of delivering them the product to their house. So it's a very nowadays.
They don't need to come to your shop.
They don't need to.
They don't need to move. You can move for them.
Yeah, for instance, like you don't have to get in touch with them, especially like during times like COVID times. Customer doesn't have to come and meet you. Just pay online. Someone else delivers it, following the protocols, everything else.
Okay.
Also, it helps to attract new customers.
Not only in Vanuatu.
Yeah, so you attract more people when you have an e-commerce platform. So, I think if you ask me why do I need to have an e-commerce, I think that's what I would say, that there's a lot of advantages.
Yeah. So that relates to our previous session when we talked about SEA.
Yeah.
About advertising, and we said that there was different types of advertising, right?
Google Shopping ads. Yes.
Shopping ads.
Yes.
So
you can use that.
That's part of e-commerce.
That's part of e-commerce. So you can use that from the previous. If you haven't watched, you can watch the previous episode that we did, which is about SEA. And one of the tools that Google provides is Google Shopping ads. And you can use this ad to purchase. You can pay an ad, and Google will push your products online.
Yeah.
Especially on the search results. And then when your products pop up on the first page of the search results, people will just click and want to pay or use your platform because you
can be anyone on.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. It's like global, so you have a bigger audience to.
Okay, and how to enable e-commerce on my website?
So if you already have a website, you can enable. So the thing with e-commerce is that from my experience, I've been using WordPress to build websites. So if you have a WordPress website, we can integrate an e-commerce solution to your website. Doing that, we need a plugin, a special plugin that's called WooCommerce.
WooCommerce, W-O-O commerce.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's called WooCommerce, and that plugin enables you to have an online store. So it enables you to showcase your products
in your website.
On your website.
On your website.
Yeah. So as soon as you install that plugin, your website automatically becomes an online shop.
Okay.
So it enables you to have a shop page, checkout page, a cart page, all these details about monitoring your online shop.
Okay. So this means that even if you don't have if you already have a website,
yes,
you can just insert that plugin and sell your products in your website.
Yes,
you don't need to.
So you don't need to build
you don't need to build.
As long as your website is on WordPress.
Okay.
Because the plugin works well with WordPress. They've been working well over the years. That WordPress and WooCommerce work really, really well together.
Yeah.
I think you can try it with other like online CMS platforms like Joomla or whatever, but I would highly recommend that WordPress has been proven to be the best CMS platform to integrate with WooCommerce.
Yeah, because most people use WordPress.
Yeah.
And so we talked about selling your products with using e-commerce. But how can I build e-commerce?
Yeah.
An e-commerce.
So true. So that is a good question. So for that, again, I think when using a CMS platform, it's some of the tools are very basic. You can build by yourself. Like maybe you won't need any assistance from a professional. But in the end, I would recommend that you still look out for assistance from a professional to help you build, because when building an e-commerce, it can get a bit technical. So you might not fully understand what you're doing, and because you need to add a lot of products. If you have a lot of products, for instance, if you're let's say if you have a shop, right? If you have a shop and you want to put all your products online, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot of work to do. So I would recommend that you seek assistance from a professional to help you build. Again, I think nowadays the CMS platforms are very basic. Anyone can build, but the fact is that it actually requires a lot of time when you build an e-commerce, because you need to add all your products, and maybe you might need some customization to your e-commerce platform. You want to make it look a bit more unique, a bit more attractive.
True.
Your design must be different, so that's when you will need some assistance from someone who's been doing it for longer and has more experience into this building.
Yeah, because it's already a big market.
Yeah.
It's a
big
people
market.
already have that. But here in Vanuatu, I think not everyone has a e-commerce
so I
platform.
think currently in Vanuatu, I think there's a lot of, I think I've seen a few, not a lot, but I've seen a few websites in Vanuatu that they showcase their products online. But only thing that is holding some people back is to integrate like a payment gateway.
But what is a payment gateway?
So payment gateway is a way that allows people from overseas to pay through your website, and then from your website directly to your bank account here. So currently we are connected to Asia Pay. So Asia Pay is like some countries in the Pacific are connected to a payment gateway that links to all the bigger payment gateways like PayPal or MasterCard, all these. So we currently in Vanuatu we are not well connected with these big payment gateways like PayPal. Like PayPal is one of the big payment gateways that many people use, but Vanuatu we still don't have access to it. I think that it will come to us very soon, since Vanuatu, the government is pushing our country to move towards a digital world. And recently, I think in the recent ICT days, the government said that they want to push more of our services online, or products online, so people will be able to sell the products online. Because when you sell online, you know that you have people from anywhere in the world that can pay for your product. So that's good that the government wants to very, very important. Like if we do put some time into this, it will actually benefit a lot of, especially like all the handicraft mamas. During the lockdown, they didn't sell anything. They were just sitting there with the products. Tourists, for 2 years they didn't sell anything. I mean, they did sell to some people here, but like they have a lot of products that haven't been sold because there's no one that could pay for their products. And so that if we put a bit of time to enable this tool for Vanuatu, especially e-commerce, it will actually benefit a lot of these people who have local products that want to export. For instance, like kava, you can put up your kava products online. People could pay for it online, then you just send it to their country. So it's a very, very big. It's a useful tool. We need to have Vanuatu in the near future. I mean, I think we already have it, but not many people have access to it. So we need to do a bit more for the awareness about it. People will know the advantages of why you need an e-commerce, because it is a very big important tool to have. And in the modern world today, e-commerce is
it's very important.
Yeah, e-commerce, like nowadays, people don't go to a shop with cash. Like there are so many ways that you can use for e-commerce. So it's a cashless way of living. You don't need to carry cash around.
Yeah.
All you need is your phone and maybe a card. That's it.
Yeah, e-commerce is very long now. Worldwide. I think it's just here that we have to say that let people know.
That's it.
That they have to start using e-commerce.
Yeah.
Yes.
This we're making these shows, these episodes, so that you guys can know what sort of tools are out there that can help you develop your business or your products online. So.
Yeah, especially because we live in a modern,
modern
world. Yes, thank you. And it is very important now.
Yeah, I mean nowadays everything is digitally driven.
Yeah.
So you talk to like anyone overseas, everything is happening digitally. So it requires other elements of it, like e-commerce or all these other tools that you can use that can enable you to put your services or sell your products or services online. So.
Yeah. You talked about payment online, but what is the payment gateway we can use here in Vanuatu?
Yes,
what cards are accepted?
That is a good question. So currently for Vanuatu, as far as I am aware, and I've used it before, I know that there is a payment gateway through Bread Bank Vanuatu, and it is the only bank in Vanuatu that has built. So this payment gateway, Bread Bank has built by themselves for Vanuatu, especially for their own bank. But it is the only payment gateway that I am aware of that you can use. So if you so it is a plugin that Bread Bank has.
They created a plugin.
They built their own plugin. So they built a plugin that allows you to integrate with, I think, with Asia Pay.
Okay.
So you can integrate this plugin onto your website, and people can pay you. People from Australia or whatever, New Zealand, America. So there is a few currencies that they accept. I know that they accept Vanuatu, Euro, USD, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar. So these are a few of the currencies. So if you have this payment gateway integrated onto your e-commerce website, people can actually pay you overseas, and the money will come directly
on your account
to your Bread Bank in Vanuatu. So
that's already good.
Yeah, it's I think this is a very good solution for us in Vanuatu currently, and I know that this is what I heard. I heard that our national bank is also working
on it,
on another payment gateway that will belong to
that's very good.
to our bank, National Bank of Vanuatu. So I hope that it is in process and it will be finished soon, because it will be very exciting if they also release another payment solution. Again, this is an online payment solution. If you want to do online payment, then I would recommend going with Bread Bank, because they are the only ones that they can integrate your payment solution. Again, I think to elaborate a bit more, so this is a method of paying online, right? If you want your customers to pay online. So the thing is that you can still have an e-commerce without a payment solution. So what happens is that there is another way that is called click and collect.
I haven't heard of that.
So what happens is that your customers can order your products online on your e-commerce platform, especially here in Vanuatu or anywhere in the world.
Okay.
So your customers can order, but they don't have to pay. So they order, and then what happens is that you deliver the product to them, and then they pay you from where you deliver the product. So I don't know if you got that. So someone orders the products online without paying. They only place an order online on your platform. Then you deliver the product to them, and then they pay you. As soon as you give them the product, they give you cash.
They give you cash.
They
yes.
pay you. So that
But
is
you, how do you say? But you already. I don't have a word for it. Reserved.
Yeah.
Reserved your product.
Yeah, exactly. So you know that your products is going to be delivered to you. You know that if you've let them know that you wanted this, and they will be delivering it to your house.
You just wait. And
you just need to wait, and they deliver it. This is another way that we can use. Especially if you're not that comfortable with online payments yet. You can do this for your e-commerce. Is that you do click and collect. So people order through your website, and then you just deliver to them, to their location, and then they give you cash. And what happens is that you can charge for like a delivery,
the transport,
delivery service. Again, with any delivery service, there is a bit of a commission or a bit of charge.
But that's good because not everyone trusts online, digital.
Exactly. So there's so many a few other ways. Also, to add on to that payment solution, I know that currently Great Bank is the only bank that allows you to pay online from another country to Vanuatu and from Vanuatu out. But I know that currently we had I don't know, you had MyCash.
MyCash.
Did you sell MyCash?
Yes.
And the one from Vodafone. What is it called? Vanuatu.
Yeah.
So these are digital wallets that you can carry it anywhere, and it's the exciting part about this is that if now that we've had this, because I know that Oxfam also created another sort of digital payment that you can do through your phones, and the good thing about these things is that I think that in the near future we will be able to integrate this payment solution into e-commerce. So what happens is that you don't need to have a bank account because it's called blockchain. So what happens? You don't need to have a bank account. All you do is that you store your money with the cash vendor. For instance, if you're using Vodafone, then you can just go to a MyCash agent. You give them money.
Okay.
Your money stays with them. But then what happens is that when you integrate this sort of payment solution to an e-commerce, you can just pay through your phone. There is an app that you can just use the app. You pay online, but you don't need to have a bank account because your money is stored with the agent.
Okay.
Then the agent can transfer that through the bank. They'll do all the other stuff. So it's less hassle, I guess. If you're not comfortable, because I know that there's many people in the Vanuatu who are not comfortable with using banks, not having a bank account and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
But I think I would still encourage that you have a bank account, because actually it is more safe, and it gives you the ability to pay through many ways. Again, if you have a bank account, you don't need to use like an e-commerce payment system. You can also do bank transfer.
Yeah.
Like you can order a product online, but then you just do a bank transfer to someone else's account. That is also another big advantage of having a bank account. Yeah. You can use it for several ways and several things.
Yeah, that's very helpful.
Yeah.
Because as I said, not everyone trusts online payment.
Yeah.
They prefer
physical
money,
cash.
Yeah. They prefer to touch the money than
I think Vanuatu
seeing numbers.
Yeah. I think Vanuatu we are moving out of our comfort zone that we used to be in. I think now more people are becoming more comfortable with all these digital tools that are appearing and are coming to our country, which I think is a good thing. I think we need to evolve with the technology, otherwise we won't be developing. We need to change with we need to change with what's happening. If otherwise we will be stuck in. We will always be 10 years back. The rest of the world is going to move on, and we're like, we're still.
That's what's happening right now.
So we need to change. When change comes, sometimes of course there are risks. There are risks. Sometimes you want to change, but you think that what if this happens? What if that happens? But that when change comes, it has been proven around the world that when change according to the new technologies, you actually have a better advantage because everywhere else is using that technology. And if you're still using an old sort of form of technology, then you will stand out. You in a way that people are like, oh, why are you still using this old system or this old tool? So you need to evolve.
Yes. So everyone can have an e-commerce, right?
Yes, that is also a good question. I think for an e-commerce, it really. This is another thing that I would say that it depends on your budget.
You must have a budget.
You must have a budget to build an e-commerce because you will end up paying for a website developer or designer to build your website. That is another cost to think about. And also like hosting costs. You need to host your domain name. That's about it really. And all the security host that you need to pay for. But also with I know that with the Breadbank payment solution there is an additional cost that you need to pay in order to use their plugin. There is that also that you need to pay for. But again, I think as soon as all these costs are yearly, you only pay once a year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It depends because I know that it depends because so many platforms let you pay like monthly or yearly, so it's up to you. If you pay everything in like once a year, then you don't have to worry about it for a whole year. You just let your website stay online. You try and generate traffic and also have some conversions. So then that actually gives you, there's a good chance that you will have a good conversion and people will be purchasing your products online. Yeah,
but that's true. Always have at least a budget to start.
Anything in life you need to
especially if you want to waste your money. How can I say? I don't have the word. Not that you don't want to waste a lot of money, but waste on importance.
I think what you're trying to say is that it's good investment.
Yeah, good investment.
It's a good investment. Like you know that it will give you a good result at the end, and you don't just spend it on like ice cream. Or I mean, of course, I love ice cream,
but and if lucky we have all these other platforms to help us if we need any information or we don't know anything. YouTube.
That's the thing. That's the thing. When you
especially YouTube because you can watch videos.
Exactly. Tutorials are very good for you. You learn better when you watch. You follow the steps very well because if you're reading, then you're like, oh, what do I do next? What do I do next? But then when you're watching tutorials online, it actually gives you a very good view of what's actually happening, and you follow the steps very. There's so many tools online that you can, learn about these things and try to understand it yourself. It does require a bit of time to see and understand, but if you put in the time for it, then you'll be solid.
Yeah. So yes, I think that's all. We talked about e-commerce and the importance of e-commerce. What can you do with it? How? Who can have an e-commerce? And yes, I think that's all. Thank you, Aaron, for all this very useful information.
Thank you, Jean-Pierre.
I think this will be very useful for especially Nivans because I'm sure nowadays young Nivans want to start their own brands or
There's so many people there's so many like innovative
clothes brands.
Young people